What I eat in a day as a non-fat person who is not on a diet. Intuitive Eating Cheat Day Edition.
Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So today I am going to be reacting to a short from Abbey Sharp. The video is entitled What a Dietitian Eats in a Day at the Cottage. Don't know what that is. Amazing local Prince Edward Island food. Oh my god. Side note, I love Prince Edward Island. When I was a kid, first of all, I was obsessed with Anne of Green Gables, which takes place on Prince Edward Island, and I got to go to Green Gables, and I got to go to Charlottetown, whatever it's called, and oh my god, Prince Edward Island. I wanted to move there when I grew up. I had a whole plan. I was going to live there. I hope to go back one day, visit. Don't want to live there now. So the reason why I want to react to this video is because I've made several videos about Abbey Sharp, talking about her making fear foods, nostalgic foods, childhood foods, holiday foods, making these foods healthy, while also simultaneously trying to preach intuitive eating and that people should just eat what they want, and also trying to help people not have eating disorders while simultaneously changing fear foods out of their fearful state. Go watch some of those videos that I've made. It makes more sense because I go into more explanation and details as to why that's problematic. So it's always interesting to see what she eats. Do you walk the walk or do you just talk the talk?
This is what I eat a day at the cottage in Prince Edward Island. I started with an ugly bowl of protein oats with peanut butter, freeze-dried berries, banana, protein powder, and hemp hearts.
Okay. So, classic breakfast, normal, fine.
Strawberry picking and had the most delicious strawberries. I had a ton of those. Lunch was an amazing grilled cheese and salad, and dinner was super random. We had grilled chicken, salad, lobster, some pasta, and some leftover fries. And for dessert, we had those local strawberries and a locally made ice cream.
So, one thing that she's always talking about in her long form videos is how she's such a snacker. This morning, I watched one of her reels on Instagram of what she ate in a day, and there were no snacks. And now I'm watching this, and there are no snacks. Now this one, yes, she's on vacation, she's on the move, she's doing things. There might not have been the capability to pack snacks along the way, or stop for snacks, or places to get snacks. But then the one that I watched this morning was like, she was just at home and there were no snacks. I find that interesting, especially because one of her sponsors is a protein bar, and she's always talking about how they make a great snack, and she's obsessed with them as a snack food. So where are the snacks? That's literally all I have to say. Like the rest of the video, yeah, it's fine. Classic breakfast, fruit, yum, nice balanced lunch of greasy grilled cheese, and I think there was a salad. Like I've said in other videos, that happened 30 seconds ago. I've already forgotten. Dinner was a lot, but we don't know how much of each of the things she had. Doesn't matter. Not necessarily. Dessert looked delicious. But where were the snacks? That is my main issue, is she is always talking about how she's such a snacker, aka she's relatable. Not to me, because I am not a snacker. Confusing. That was quick.
I've been accused of being too negative when it comes to Abbey Sharp videos. I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, why are you being so nitpicky about the lack of snacks? Here's why. Her content attracts people who are struggling with eating disorders. Her long-form videos contain one set of standards, while her short What I Eat in a Day videos shows her going against that standard. Yes, she gives a disclaimer, and at the end of the day, it's up to every viewer to recognize this is how she eats, and it's not a recommendation or suggestion on how everyone is to eat. However, people are turning to these videos for suggestion, and if you are going to use a title of authority like dietitian, then you also have to be prepared for people to follow what you say. There just seems to be a disconnect between the two types of videos she puts out. I'm aware she was just on vacation, so there might not have been time to snack or time to film, but it's not just the vacation video shorts. It's her What I Eat in a Day videos when she's at home too. I'm not pointing it out so she changes, rather for the viewer who is conflicted, sees the discrepancy, and is aware that it's not necessary to follow what she says to a T, because even Abbey Sharp herself doesn't. That is all, and I hope that makes sense.
I think I'm going to talk about something that has been on my mind for a couple of months now, and I've been meaning to talk about it, but I wasn't entirely sure how or what exactly to say about it. A few months ago, a family member who is a adolescent, a child, she is 11, 12, she's 11. Let's go with she's 11. I don't know. She's related to me. I should know. Anyway, she was visiting with her parents and her siblings. I was over at the house that they were staying at, and we were getting ready to have breakfast. We were making breakfast, and this 11-year-old says to her mom, "Is there a food scale?" What? Why is an 11-year-old asking for a food scale? So I pulled her dad aside and I said, "Hey, why was she asking for a food scale? What's up with that?" He knows my story. He has seen what disordered eating looks like. He physically saw it on me when I was in it, so he knows. And he should know why I'm asking. Why? And he said to me, "It's so she eats enough because she doesn't eat. So why the food scale?" And I was like, okay, I can understand wanting to make sure your child who's a picky eater or just refusing to eat, you want to make sure they're eating enough. Where does the food scale play into that? Because it's not like you're giving her a double recommended serving. No. You're weighing out an exact serving according to the nutritional label. How is that making sure she's eating enough? Like, you should just let her serve how much she feels she needs, not on a scale. Or she should not be the one using the scale. You as her parents could use the scale, weigh out a serving or two or a serving and a half, and give it to her and tell her this is how much you're going to have. The scale does not need to be present. And I was just like, I mean, I can understand wanting to make sure that your child is eating enough, especially because I also know she is a not wanting to eat child. Have we addressed that? Do we know why? Maybe they have and they don't want to share with me. That's fine. But like, that should be probably worked through and figured out. Why doesn't she want to eat? But again, she should not be the one using the scale. And if she feels like she feels part of preparing the food by using the scale, fine. But the day, the moment, the second she throws a fit and has a meltdown because it went 1 gram over a serving size, you better throw that fucking scale out the fucking window and tell her no more scale. Because, like, that is the road that you have put your child on. And I am not trying to parent someone else's kid. But I was a kid who didn't want to eat. And I know what goes on inside a person's mind. I am also a person who has been bound to the food scale. And I know where that leads. So they better be fucking on it. I'm still bewildered and worried and concerned and thinking about it. and trying not to get super worked up. Maybe if anyone is listening and they have a similar experience or know someone, or they have a kid and they're using a food scale with their kid, or letting their kid use a food scale, like a young kid, maybe don't, or rethink it, or rethink the use or the constant use, or, you know, like maybe you don't use it every day and you kind of just let your kid kind of figure out how much they need at that present moment. That's just what I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. I don't mind. If you are not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit the notification bell to stay notified of all future uploads. If you have any comments, questions, video suggestions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to go follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!